Hi there, it's Mr. Clark. Welcome to lesson 7.2.4 in voice leading 5-7-1, which we're actually even a little bit more familiar with from ear tunes. So the only difference here is now we have a scale degree 4. Historically, 4 was a passing tone leading from 5 to 3. We already saw this when we were talking about 7th chords at the beginning. So in general, we want our chordal 7s. 5, 7, 2, 4. That's the 7th of the chord. We want that to resolve down to 3, because it was originally a passing tone going 5 to 4 to 3. So that's why it's going down. Because now 7 has to go to 1 and 4 has to go to 3. So now those have finicky rules. Often you're going to need to leave out a chord tone either in your 1 chord, leave out scale degree 5, you don't really need it, or leave out a chord tone in the 5-7 chord, scale degree 2, which again is the 5th of the chord. The 5th of the chord is least important because you need the root because it's the root, and then you need the 3rd to know whether it's major or minor. Whether it's major or minor, the 5th is going to be the same, so you can just kind of imagine that. It's fine. So your rules are 7 has to go to 1, 4 is the chordal 7th, 5, 7, 2, 4, so it has to resolve down to 3. So you don't want to double either of those. So here are some bad resolutions. We have 2 scale degree 7s in our 5-7 chord that both resolve up to 1. So that's bad. Here you have a leading tone that doesn't resolve correctly. So we keep those 2 7s, but we say, well, can't have both go to 1 because that would be parallel octaves. So I'll just move it down instead. No, that's not very satisfying. Because 7 wants to go to 1. And here the problem is that you have parallel fifths. Technically, they're not parallel because it's not a 5th to a 5th, it's a 12th to a 5th. But a 12th is just a 5th in disguise. It's a 5th plus an octave. So G and D to C and G. So that's a problem there. Even though the upper voices are fine. So here are some good resolutions. Omit, and one of the reasons that this happened is because we tried to include all of the chord tones in both chords. Here we omit the 5th in our 1 chord. We don't have any scale degree 5 in our 1 chord. We have 3 roots and a 3rd, and that's fine. So 7 goes to 1, 4 goes to 3. Great. You can also omit the 5th in the 5-7 chord. So there's no scale degree 2 here. We have 5, 5, 4, 7. So that extra 5 can just stay on 5. That's super lazy, and you have all of your chord tones in your tonic. There is one exception that will allow you to have all chord tones in both chords. If scale degree 7 is in an inner voice, either the alto or the tenor, then it can skip down to scale degree 5 in your tonic chord. But there's no reason to do this. Like, if it happens to work out with your voice leading, sure. But both of these are perfectly fine, and there's no reason to avoid them. So, if your 5-7 chord is inverted, then all of the chord tones should be present in both chords, because since you don't have 5 in the bass, then it can just do its normal 5 to 5 thing. So if your 5-7 chord is inverted, all your chord tones are having a party, great. And this is how you resolve from 5-7 to 1 in inversion. 7-1, 5-5, 2. 7-1, 5-5, 2, 1, 4, 3. I can't keep it in key, I'm sorry. 7-1, 5-5, 2, 1, 4, 3. Wasn't as often as I thought it was. So 7 goes to 1, 5 stays on 5, 2 goes to 1, and 4 goes to 3. So good resolutions. First inversion, you just follow all of those rules. Second inversion, you follow all the rules. Third inversion, you follow all the rules. And an exception here is 4 doesn't resolve down to 3 here. And the reason that's an exception is because voice leading, you have 1, 2, 3 in the bass and 3, 4, 5 in the soprano. And that's like a pretty cool parallel thirds thing. That sounds good in terms of counterpoint. So you can make the exception there that the parallels override the parallel imperfect intervals. Parallel thirds override the 4 having to go down to 3. So that's what's going on here. The only difference in your minor, just change 3 to flee, and remember to raise 7 with an accidental. That's the only difference. See you next time.